Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park on this Friday, July 31st, 2026, final day of July. And for today, qualifying races resume with 9 qualifiers on the agenda. Horses for the first exiting the paddock, and we'll be getting underway in just a couple of minutes. Couple of driver changes here in the first qualifier. Number 4, Alpha Blue Chip. The driver will be Louis Waugh. 5, Aaronwood Peace Out. Damian McClellan does the driving. It's a field of 9 for our first qualifier. We're on the trot to kick things off. Number 1 is Twiddle Sticks. It's J.R. Plant driving this 3-year-old filly for trainer Shane Weber. Number 2 is Kennedy Hanover, another 3-year-old filly. Todd Ratchford for trainer Kyle Rule. 3 is Stormont Fastboy, a 3-year-old gelding. Bob McClure for Kevin Ben. 4, Alpha Blue Chip, a 3-year-old gelding. Louis Waugh for Meg Crone. 5, Aaronwood Peace Out. 3-year-old gelding, Damian McClellan for trainer Pat Dillon. 6 is Crunching the Odds, a 3-year-old colt. Tyler Borth for Blake McIntosh. 7, Halton Hill, 3-year-old gelding. Scott Young for Bob Young. Number 8, Exactly, a 3-year-old gelding. James McDonald for Steve Bossens. And number 9, LMC Little Chips, a 4-year-old gelding. Dale Spence for Mackenzie Spence. Off and trotting in our first qualifier here today. And the first call is going to go to Halton Hill. Halton Hill is going to forge ahead out from post 7, crunching the odds down the center. Up on the outside is Exactly. To the inside is Alpha Blue Chip. Behind that one, mid-pack 5th, is going to be Stormont Fastboy. And then at the inside is Twiddle Sticks. Looking to angle in behind that rival will be Aaronwood Peace Out. Second from the back is Kennedy Hanover. The early trailers, LMC Little Chips. Opening quarter was 30-1, and your leader is Crunching the Odds. Crunching the Odds, leading it for Tyler Borth. This is the 3-year-old son of Green Manalishi. Leads the field of 9 up the backstretch. Halton Hill's in second. Exactly trots along in third. Fourth is Alpha Blue Chip. Fifth, you're going to find Stormont Fast Boy, and then it's a gap of 3 lengths back to Twiddle Sticks. Behind that one is Aaronwood Peace Out, a couple more lengths back to Kennedy Hanover, and 2 more lengths to LMC Little Chips. No change in order. As they went through the second quarter, the half is up in 59 and 3. Entering the far turn, a 2-length advantage here for Crunching the Odds. Crunching the Odds, a career winner of over 133,000, all made as a 2-year-old. Onto the far bend, Crunching the Odds in the return today, leading it by a length and 3/4. Second is Halton Hill, the son of Muscle Hill, has been tracking. Then in third, that's exactly. Fourth continues to be Alpha Blue Chip. Starting to angle from fifth is Stormont Fast Boy. Inside is Twiddle Sticks. Then up on the outside is Aaronwood Peace Out. On cover, LMC Little Chips. New trailers, Kennedy Hanover. 3/4 was 129 and 2. Into the lane and Crunching the Odds. A little wide, straightening out for home. It's Crunching the Odds. Room up the inside for Halton Hill, and looking to split on through is going to be Exactly. So it's Crunching the Odds. Exactly now into second and looking to overtake, and Exactly now takes the lead. It's Exactly from Crunching the Odds. Halton Hill at the inside is Alpha Blue Chip. Outside Stormont Fast Boy. It's Exactly to take it. Crunching the Odds was second. Up the inside, Alpha Blue Chip was able to nip Halton Hill for third. 157 and 2. All right, should be good to go now with our second qualifier. We were just waiting on number 3. It's My Deal. Was a little reluctant to go forward, but all set now, and the wings of the starting gate are open. Driver change on that 3. It's My Deal to Louis Waugh. Scott Young's driving the 6, Chocolate for Lunch. 3-year-olds and up on the pace for our second. 1 is Lady Century, a 3-year-old filly. James McDonald for trainer Corey Giles. 2 is Fox Valley Aruba, a 3-year-old filly trained by Tyler Schlattman. The driver is Daryl Thiessen. Number 3, It's My Deal, 3-year-old filly, trained by Dan DeLude. Louis Waugh drives. 4, Rodina Blue, a 3-year-old filly. Neil McInnes, the trainer driver. 5, Dirty Diana, a 4-year-old mare. Bob McClure for John Pentland. 6, Chocolate for Lunch, a 6-year-old mare. Scott Young for Derek Anderson. 7 is L.A. Lou, a 3-year-old gelding. Michael Whalen for Walter Whalen. 8, I Love This Bar, 3-year-old gelding. Tyler Borth for Kevin Ben. And on the outside is the 9, Stroker, a 4-year-old gelding. Austin Sorey for Gary Rivet. Gate moves into the stretch, a field of 9 on the pace. Here they come for the second. And they're off and pacing. Away well from the center is Dirty Diana. At the inside is Lady Century. Looking to come across is going to be Chocolate for Lunch, who is flanked by I Love This Bar. Behind horses mid-pack, It's My Deal. To that one's wheel is L.A. Lou. Then we go back to Fox Valley Aruba, who will give way to Rodina Blue. We'll see if that one can settle in front of that rival. And our early trailer is Stroker. With command is Dirty Diana through an opening quarter of 29 and 1. So Dirty Diana, who is a 4-year-old daughter of Captain Crunch, she fronts this field of 9 into the backstretch for driver Bob McClure. Lady Century is in second, followed in third by I Love This Bar. Racing fourth is going to be Chocolate for Lunch. Next is It's My Deal, who races along in fifth. A few lengths then going back to L.A. Lou, and now moving to the outside, Rodina Blue. Our final pair, Fox Valley Aruba and Stroker. Loose leader up front here is Dirty Diana at a 57-4 opening half mile. It was a 28-3 second quarter. Tightening up second is Lady Century, getting a toe. Meanwhile, in third, I Love This Bar. Fourth continues to be Chocolate for Lunch, and here comes Rodina Blue, mid-pack, advancing on the outside. It's My Deal along the cones will look to move out. Then we're going back to Stroker, who's got a couple beat in L.A. Lou and Fox Valley Aruba. It's Dirty Diana at 3/4 in 126 and 2. Head of the lane, Dirty Diana. Lady Century's been second since the word go. Up on the outside now is I Love This Bar, and Rodina Blue is on the outside fourth. Coming to the 8th pole, Dirty Diana still with the lead, and here's I Love This Bar bearing down on the outside for Borth. I Love This Bar, and Dirty Diana, I Love This Bar now takes the top spot, and I Love This Bar, a 3-year-old son of Heston Blue Chip to take it by 2. Dirty Diana was second, Rodina Blue was third, and finishing in fourth with Lady Century, mile time 1:54 and 2. Starting gate, beginning to move for our third qualifier. 2 and 3-year-olds on the trot. 1 Gossip Run, 2-year-old daughter of Run Director. Louis Waugh will drive for Steve Bossens. 2 Nordique, a 2-year-old daughter of King of the North, Chris Christoforou for Camila Christoforou. 3 Highland Fire and Ice is a 2-year-old daughter of King of the North, James McDonald for Dominic Ledoux. 4 is King's Lady, King of the North 2-year-old filly, Mark McDonald for Chantel Mitchell. 5 is Showstopper Peggy, an alarm detector 2-year-old filly, Tyler Borth for Ben Bayargent. 6 is Fort Liberty, a 2-year-old colt by Tactical Landing, Bob McClure for Sean Stacy. 7, Armadio, 2-year-old daughter of King of the North, Jody Jameson for Susie Kerwood. 8, She's Flexin', 2-year-old daughter of Muscle Mass, Trevor Henry for Katie Graham. And number 9 is Emerald Island, 3-year-old daughter of Green Shoe, J.R. Plant for Shane Weber. Looking to catch up will be the 2 Nordique. Here they are for the third. They're off and trotting. Coming away from the outside is going to be Emerald Island, the lone 3-year-old in the group. She's Flexing first-timer, though, is even quicker as that one will cross over. Showstopper Peggy down the center, trots up into third. Inside fourth, Highland Fire and Ice. Settling in behind is King's Lady. Then you go to Fort Liberty, followed then by Armadio. And Little Green, well back is Gossip Run, and also well back to Nordique. They come to the opening quarter in a time of 29 and 4. It's She's Flexin' who will move them into the backstretch. She's a daughter of Muscle Mass, 2-length lead here on Emerald Island. So first time out here for She's Flexin', and she looks good on the lead. Second is Emerald Island, gap of 2.5 lengths back to Showstopper Peggy in third. Fourth, you'll find Highland Fire and Ice. Then in fifth is King's Lady. Sixth is Fort Liberty, gap of about 6 or so lengths back to Armadio, and off stride, well back again, is going to be Gossip Run and Nordique. As we went by the half in a time of 59 and 3, that was 29 and 4 once again for your leader. She's Flexin'. She's Flexin'. Gets into the far turn, still up top by 2. Emerald Island in pursuit second. First qualifier of the 3-year-old season for that daughter of Green Shoe. Back in third, Showstopper Peggy. Fourth is still Highland Fire and Ice. Off the rail comes King's Lady, Fort Liberty, and then back to Armadio. They go by 3/4 in 1:28 and 4. Into the lane for She's Flexin', and She's Flexin' is trying to turn in a good-looking debut. Emerald Island still 2 lengths back in second. Then we're going to Showstopper Peggy in third. Highland Fire and Ice is fourth. Called upon is King's Lady. Behind horses Fort Liberty. Edge of the tote board. Here She's Flexin'. Goes all the way. First time out. Second was Emerald Island. Third was Showstopper Peggy. Highland Fire and Ice was fourth. 1:58 and 1. Our next qualifier is the 4th. Just waiting on one more horse to join them in the backstretch before they will get the call to go. Driver change on 4, Classiest Ruler to Todd Ratchford. Driver change on number 9, 4th Gear to Austin Sorey. A field of 9 to go forward for the 4th. The gate to move into position. Here is the field. Number 1 is Mon Amour Station. 2-year-old gelded son of Walner. Bob McClure drives for trainer Luke Blay. Number 2 is LMC Uncle John, a 2-year-old son of Muscle Mass. Colt trained by Kyle Bossens. The driver is Jonathan Drury. 3, the King's Guard, a 2-year-old colt by King of the North. It's Louis Waugh for trainer Kyle Fellows. 4, Classiest Ruler, a 2-year-old gelded son of Muscle Mass. Matt Backstrain's Todd Ratchford will drive. 5, Wolf of Wall Street is a 2-year-old gelded son of Forbidden Trade. Blake McIntosh, the trainer. The driver is Tyler Borth. Number 6, Cyclone Sealster, 2-year-old gelded son of King of the North, trained by Dave Maneri. The driver is James McDonald. 7 is Time Ozar, 3-year-old gelded son of Green Manalishi, Dale Spence for Mackenzie Spence. 8 is Fire Stride, a 3-year-old gelded son of Alarm Detector. Shane Weber trains and drives. And on the outside is number 9, 4th Gear, a 3-year-old colt by Archangel, trained by Scott McEnany. The driver will be Austin Sorey. Starting gate to the top of the stretch, a field of 9 for the 4th qualifier. 2- and 3-year-old trotters picking up speed. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. A few of them are going to try and push ahead. At the rail was Mon Amour Station. From the center, Wolf of Wall Street and Cyclone Sealster. That's your top 3 in the opening 1/8 of the mile. Inside is LMC Uncle John. On that one's outside is the King's Guard. Then we are going to go back to Wolf of Wall Street. Lining up was Fire Stride in front of Time Ozar, and 4th Gear rounds things out. A breaker up front off stride went Mon Amour Station. Mon Amour Station went off stride, so inheriting the lead is going to be Wolf of Wall Street. Opening quarter was 31 seconds flat. And as we move to the backstretch here, Wolf of Wall Street leads it. Racing along in 2nd, that is going to be Cyclone Sealster. Then in 3rd, that is continuing to be the King's Guard. Racing in 4th, up close is LMC Uncle John. And then we're going to work our way back in the pack. As up on the outside comes Time Ozar, looking to get around Classiest Ruler. And then we're going back to Fire Stride. The final 2, 4th Gear, and off stride again went Mon Amour Station. 101 and 3 was the half. Trotters are into the far bend, and on the outside pressing, the King's Guard. So here is the King's Guard up to push. On the leader, Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street by a neck. The King's Guard. Right in behind is Cyclone Sealster. 4th is LMC Uncle John. Time Ozar is then racing. Off stride went Cyclone Sealster at 3/4. 1:31 was that 3/4 time. We're into the stretch. The leader continuing to be Wolf of Wall Street. Look to rebuff the King's Guard. On the outside, 3rd now, Time Ozar. Following that path is 4th Gear, who's made up ground from the back. Inside to LMC Uncle John, looking to come between horses, Classiest Ruler. But it is Wolf of Wall Street. And Wolf of Wall Street looking to keep it together down to the wire here. Wolf of Wall Street's almost home. Wolf of Wall Street to take it. Finishing in 2nd, looking to hold on was the King's Guard. On the outside was Time Ozar. Up for 4th, that was Fire Stride, 1:59 and 4. Lining up now for qualifier number 5, 2-year-old Pacers here. Field of 6, number 1, Glam Rock, 2-year-old daughter of Cattle Wash. Seamus Quill, the trainer. The driver is Louis Waugh. Number 2, Beatrice Blue Chip, 2-year-old daughter of Better's Delight. J.R. Plant will drive for trainer Chantel Mitchell. Number 3 is Spoke Too Soon, a 2-year-old daughter of Bulldog Hanover. Dave Maneri trains. James McDonald will drive. 4, B25, a 2-year-old colt by Danson Lou. Camille Christopherou trains. The driver is Mark McDonald. 5 is Cousin Jethro, 2-year-old colt by Cattle Wash. Kevin Ben trains. Trevor Henry in the bike. And outside is number 6, Notre Dame, a Better's Delight gelding, 2-year-old trained by Claude Cadeau. Gate picks up speed. Here they come for qualifier 5. Off and pacing. Cousin Jethro is going to shoot forward. Steppy on the outside there was Notre Dame. Then between horses is Spoke Too Soon. At the rail is Glam Rock, and then settling behind will be B25, the trailer to be Beatrice Blue Chip. And driving into the first turn, out in front, here is Cousin Jethro, who is ready to go, as the Cattle Wash colt leads it by 3. Second is Spoke Too Soon. First time out for that daughter of Bulldog Hanover, and she'll get right in behind now. Opening quarter was 29 seconds flat. Rookie Pacers will swing to the backside. Leader here, Cousin Jethro. Then in second is Spoke Too Soon. Third is Glam Rock. Fourth up the backstretch is B25, who is tracked by Notre Dame. And then the trailer continues to be Beatrice Blue Chip. Midway up the backstretch, second time out here for this Cattle Wash colt, Cousin Jethro, who leads it. 2 lengths off. First timer Spoke Too Soon. Few lengths going back to another first timer. That is Glam Rock, who is third. Off a 29-second opener, the half. Pretty quick, 57 and 3, 28 and 3 second quarter speed. And heading into the far bend, it's Cousin Jethro still with command. Spoke Too Soon. Following along in second. Their third is Glam Rock. Fourth continues to be first-timer B25. Then in fifth is Notre Dame. Then going back to the trailer, Beatrice Blue Chip. Nothing's changed in terms of the order. A couple taps up front here for Cousin Jethro to keep on moving. Spoke Too Soon looking to trip out from the 2-hole. 126 and 3 3/4. And they come to the top of the stretch. Cousin Jethro to this point. In second is Spoke Too Soon. Behind horses is Glam Rock, who stays to the inside. Notre Dame up on the outside for Jones, then going back to B25. So coming on by, taking the lead with Spoke Too Soon. Spoke Too Soon, stick handling is Glam Rock behind, and outside is Notre Dame, edge of the tote board, and Spoke Too Soon. A winning qualifying debut. Wins it by about a length. Second was Notre Dame, then third was Glam Rock. Fourth was Cousin Jethro in 155 and 3. Next up is Qualifier 6. Scratch the 5. Brings us down to a field of 6. Number 1, Mr. Green Jacket, 2-year-old gelded son of Green Manalishi. J.F. McGuire, the trainer. Number 2, Cornero Kid, 2-year-old colt by Cornero de Solo. Bert Renault for Julie Walker. 3, Francesco Hanover, a green shoe colt. Tyler Jones for Justin Turcott. 4, Data Breach, Muscle Hill colt. Bob McClure for Luke Blais. 5 is out. 6, Our Northern Star, King of the North, 2-year-old colt. Doug McNair for Greg McNair. And outside 7, Ballias, 2-year-old gelded son of Muscle Mass, James McDonald for Dave Maneri. Off in trotting here in the 6th, and Our Northern Star getting the first call. Ballias on the outside. So from the outside starting spots to get away 1-2. And we'll see who grabs control. Looks like it'll be Our Northern Star with Ballias looking to yield into the 2-hole. Data Breach is right in there 3rd, and then racing in 4th is going to be Francesco Hanover. 5th into the first turn is Mr. Green Jacket, and your early trailer is Cornero Kid. Opening quarter is up. Our Northern Star at that marker in 29 seconds flat, and it's Our Northern Star who leads it comfortably here by 2.5 lengths. Ballias is in 2nd, then in 3rd is Data Breach. 4th up the backstretch, Francesco Hanover. Racing in 5th is Mr. Green Jacket. Rounding things out is Cornero Kid. Our Northern Star looking to get things back on track, already with 3 pari-mutuel starts. A 2-length leader up front here. In 2nd is Ballias. Same thing for that one, trying to get things back on the rails. 58-1 was the half-mile time. Pretty good opening half-mile clip here for Our Northern Star. Ballias in 2nd. Data Breach to keeping right up with them in 3rd. Then in 4th is Francesco Hanover. 5th continues to be Mr. Green Jacket. And the last one is Cornero Kid. They're midway around the far turn. Our Northern Star still fronting them. Ballias has been tracking in 2nd, and there is Data Breach. 2nd time out for that Muscle Hill colt, the regally bred Muscle Hill colt out of a Moticon Hanover. It's about 4 off the top, 127-2. Plus a 3/4 time. So it's Our Northern Star into the lane. Ballias still 2nd, and Data Breach still there in 3rd. 4th is Francesco Hanover, and then we go back to Cornero Kid, who looks to push by Mr. Green Jacket. Our Northern Star with a 16th of a mile to go is nearly home. Our Northern Star will take it. Ballias finishes in 2nd. Data Breach was 3rd, and Francesco Hanover in 4th. Mile time, 1:55-4. Next qualifier is qualifier number 7. There are no changes. Field of 6. 5 of them are 2-year-olds, the outside starter, the lone 3-year-old in the group. Number 1 is going to be Washing Matilda, 2-year-old daughter of Cattle Wash. It's Jody Jameson for trainer Friday Dean. 2 is Delray Sealster, 2-year-old daughter of All Bets Off, Tyler Borth for Peter Brickman. 3 Hurricane Hanover is a 2-year-old daughter of Stay Hungry, James McDonald for Sean Stacy. 4 Heaven's Touch, 2-year-old daughter of Big Jim, Louis Waugh for Nick Gallucci. 5 DA All Jokes Aside, 2-year-old gelded son All Bets Off, Mark McDonald for Camila Christoforou. And on the outside is number 6 Sportsline Bubba. This is a 3-year-old gelded son of sports writer Scott Young for trainer Anita Willette. Starting gate moves into the stretch, a field of 6 on the pace. Here they come for the 7th. They're off and pacing. It's Heaven's Touch, who will step ahead on Hurricane Hanover. At the rail is Washing Matilda. It'll be DA All Jokes Aside, who can settle in 4th, back to Delray Sealster 5th, and first-timer Sportsline Bubba will be the early trailer. So they all get their positions as we drive to the opening quarter. Heaven's Touch in front, and the daughter of Big Jim leads it by a length and a half. Opening quarter was up in 29-2. It's Heaven's Touch and Louis Waugh by a length and a half on Hurricane Hanover second. Washing Matilda right on her nearest rival. They're in third. 4th is DA All Jokes Aside. Rushing on up is going to be Delray Sealster, and they jam a bit at the back as Sportsline Bubba comes right up on Delray Sealster. Meanwhile, up front here, it's Heaven's Touch leading it. Hurricane Hanover in second. They're 1-2 by the half in 59-1. Second quarter in 29-4. It's Heaven's Touch taking us into the far bend. Fronts the field of 6. Second qualifier for this daughter of Big Jim, a homebred from Millar Farms. Hurricane Hanover, the Stay Hungry filly, a 2-hole toe. Then in third is Washing Matilda. 4th continues to be DA All Jokes Aside. Then to Delray Sealster, the first-timer, and another first-timer, the lone 3-year-old. Sportsline Bubba rounds things out. Three-quarter time, 128 flat. And at the head of the lane, it's still Heaven's Touch. Heaven's Touch. Hurricane Hanover now moves to the outside. In third has been Washing Matilda. Back to DL Jokes Aside. Delray Sealster trying to kick home strong. And last is Sportsline Bubba. Heaven's Touch still leading it here. Heaven's Touch trying to get to the wheel. Hurricane Hanover. Heaven's Touch gonna go all the way. Gate to wire winner. Finishing in second, Hurricane Hanover. Outside speed from Delray Sealster. Up for third over Washing Matilda. 155-1. Qualifier number 8 is next. Horses will begin to line up. We're on the trot here, 3-year-olds and up. Number 1, Delightful Yankee, 3-year-old filly, trained by Luke Blay. Bob McClure drives. Number 2, Can You Keep a Secret, 3-year-old filly, Travis Cullen for trainer Jeff Williams. Number 3 is going to be Elbows Up, 3-year-old filly, Jonathan Drury in the bike for Sean Stacy. 4 is Cher Hill, 3-year-old filly trained by Greg McNair. Doug McNair drives. 5 is Bingo Night, 3-year-old filly trained by Dustin Jones with Tyler Jones at the controls. 6, Blue Jean Gal, 3-year-old filly trained by Julie Walker. The driver is James McDonald. 7 is Classic Magic, a 7-year-old mare trained by Michelle Olson. The driver is Tyler Borth. And outside is number 9, Ultra Miles. I should say outside is number 8, Ultra Miles, a 4-year-old gelding trained by Shane Arsenault. The driver is Scott Young. Starting gate into the stretch. Here they come for the 8th. They're off and trotting. Outside is Ultra Miles, who is sprinting forward. Classic Magic also kicking out of there strong. There's Cher Hill down the center and Bingo Night. So an early scramble at the rails. Can You Keep a Secret? As Elbows Up will duck in behind. Delightful Yankee, and then it's going to be Blue Jean Gal towards the back. So Cher Hill came away with the advantage in that early sprint, and Bingo Night gets in behind second. Opening quarter is up in 28 and 2. It's Cher Hill leading it for McNair, while Bingo Night is second. Gap of 3 or 4 lengths back to Can You Keep a Secret in third. Elbows Up is fourth. Meanwhile, Classic Magic mid-pack fifth in front of Delightful Yankee. Then going to Blue Jean Gal, and Ultra Miles ends up at the back of the pack. So as they move up the backstretch here, approaching the midway point, it is Cher Hill, the winner of over $200,000 lifetime, coming in off of a win on July 20th. Leads by a length and a half over fellow OSS rival Bingo Night. 58-1 was the half-mile time. Onto the far bend. In third is Can You Keep a Secret. Fourth is Elbows Up. Fifth is Classic Magic. Then going to Delightful Yankee. Blue Jean Gal, one of the Ontario standouts, is second from the back in front of Ultra Miles as we're midway around the far turn. So it is Cher Hill leading it. In second has been Bingo Night, who has been tracking right along. They come to 3/4 in a time of 1:27 and 4, and now they get to the head of the lane. Cher Hill will look to sprint away. Bingo Night will stay behind second. Can You Keep a Secret still there third. Elbows Up is fourth. Back to Classic Magic inside Delightful Yankee. Blue Jean Gal will look to finish strong, and the trailer's Ultra Miles. And here's Cher Hill. Cher Hill gets a little bit of separation, and Cher Hill with a good-looking qualifier today. Bingo Night will finish in second. Up for third was Elbows Up from Can You Keep a Secret, and Blue Jean Gal might have got fifth. 1:55-1 for Cher Hill. Time now for our final qualifier today. This is the 9th. Scratch number 6, O'Hare Hanover. Field of 5, older pacers. Number 1, Snap Count, 5-year-old gelding, trained by Mike Keeling, the driver Bob McClure. Number 2, All-Star Maniac, 4-year-old gelding, trained by Nick Gallucci with James McDonald. 3, II Captain Deo, 4-year-old, trained by Gary Murner, Mark McDonald between the wheels. 4, Visem, 6-year-old gelding, trained by Jacques Dupont, the driver Louis Waugh. And 5 is Uncle Shank, 9-year-old, trained by Kyle Fellows, the driver is Trevor Henry. Final qualifier today. We're back in action tonight. Live racing continuing this evening right through to Monday night, 6:30 first race post time. Starting gate swings into the stretch. Older pacers picking up speed for the 9th. Here they come. And they're off and pacing, and it's going to be Uncle Shank, who will drive forward up to the early lead. All-Star Maniac getting away in second as II Captain Deo slots in third. In front of Visem fourth, and Snap Count, the early trailer, fifth. So Uncle Shank to show the way. It's Uncle Shank, the 9-year-old, in front, and Uncle Shank looks good here in the early stages this morning and will take us to the opening quarter. It's up on the board in 28-2. Uncle Shank leading it. All-Star Maniac is there in second. Third, II Captain Deo, and here's a rush out from fourth. Visem for Waugh makes a backside move to the lead. Back in fifth is Snap Count. So Visem will look to complete this rush to the top, and Visem, the down-under import, now takes the top from Uncle Shank in second, All-Star Maniac in third, II Captain Dale fourth, and Snap Count fifth. 56-2 was the half. Visem, now our new leader. Right on that one's helmet is Uncle Shank, the early leader. Now tracks along in the 2-hole. All-Star Maniac still on the comeback trail. Third qualifier for him. He stays there third along the rail. II Captain Deo, the 4-year-old, who's already made 6 figures this year, is about 5 off the top, and it's a couple lengths back to Snap Count. Coming to 3/4. Visem's going to get us there in 125-1, and at the top of the stretch, Visem leads it. Right in behind is Uncle Shank. Right back to the outside now, was ready for the sprint. All-Star Maniac, II Captain Dale fourth, and Snap Count is fifth as they kick on home. Visem with the lead. Uncle Shank, All-Star Maniac fans to the outside. II Captain Dale behind horses. Coming into deep stretch. Inside Visem, between horses, Uncle Shank. All-Star Maniac, Visem held on from Uncle Shank. All-Star Maniac and II Captain Dale, 152-1.